An international scientific conference titled Imperial Structure, Ideologies and Realities of Colonialism is being held in Baku, focusing on French colonialism. The event is organized by the Baku Initiative Group.
Over the past 2 years, we have organized around 30 international events dedicated to Guadeloupe, Mayotte, Kanaki, French Guiana, Réunion, Corsica, Martinique, Mahoe Nui, and other territories still suffering of colonial rule. We firmly believe that any form of modern colonialism, whether direct or indirect, must be addressed through international legal mechanisms, public awareness, and multilateral cooperation. The continuation of such structures contradicts the principles enshrined in the UN Charter, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and numerous resolutions of the UN General Assembly. The cause of decolonization is not simply about correcting the past. It's about building a just and equitable future.
This is the first international conference to bring together scholars and experts working on decolonization within various UN bodies, as well as specialists in the field.
We start with the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States in the Caribbean, which is 9 countries that have come together, where there is a common currency, where there is freedom of movement, because we realize that unity in the Caribbean is one of the ways we can fight colonialism. And so we also have a central bank that takes care of all of these countries together. So we pool our resources.
The conference gathers experienced UN decolonization experts, prominent scholars from France's former and current colonies, leading experts in international law, ambassadors accredited in Azerbaijan, members of parliament, and other distinguished participants.
So we are not, I repeat, not in a post-colonial period. There are those who make reference to post-colonialism. In universities, there's post-colonial studies. I do a lecture annually at the University of the West Indies under the rubric of post-colonial studies, which the first thing I have to say in the lecture is we are not in a post-colonial world. Okay, it is important to emphasize that. And it's also important to note that there is another narrative which indicates that we are, in fact, in a post-colonial world.
The event features an in-depth analysis, grounded in scientific and methodological approaches, of the devastating consequences of colonial policies, the discriminatory practices imposed on peoples under colonial domination, and the political, economic, and cultural restrictions associated with neocolonialism, including policies aimed at the deliberate erasure of national identity.